He's dribbling the ball with everything on the line. He's driving down the pitch. He's facing price hikes and cuts past him. Carrier Contracts tries to block him. Oh, he leaves him in the dust. He's at the edge of the box. He cuts past the nonstop group chat trash talk. He clears on goal. He shoots. Goal! Unlimited data for $25 a month forever!
Visit your local Boost Mobile store today to get unlimited data with a price that never changes. Boost Mobile. After 30 GB, customers may experience lower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost $25 unlimited plan.
Introducing America's Workforce Academy, built by Meta. Paid training, a job, and a path to America's future. Because the future is for everyone. Learn more at meta.com/America's Workforce Academy.
From taco night in Tulum to sushi in Tokyo, every bite is rewarding and post-worthy with Amex Gold's 4 times membership rewards points at restaurants worldwide. Wherever you dine, points are piling up. So bring your friends along for your next course, because it's not all about the posts. It's about the company and the memories. How can gold from Amex sweeten your next food moment? Learn more at americanexpress.com/explore-gold. Terms and points cap apply.
Last week, we watched The Return of Captain Invincible.
This week, we watched Wolf's Creek.
The connection was Secret Identity.
Oh, bloody, whose fucking identity is secret in this fucking one, eh?
Well, in last one, he was a superhero, and in this one, he's a serial killer. But you think they're just regular drunk blokes.
Ah, fair cop.
Yeah. G'day and bloody welcome, you mongrels, to fucking Oldie but a Goodie, where me and...
Don't fucking start the episode by fucking swearing, for fuck's sake, Sandro.
Where me and Zacko have put our tucker down, we've turned off our attacker, and we're gonna talk on a potty. Called Oldie but a Goodie.
This is like rolling your nails across the chalkboard, except I'm the chalkboard.
You're the chalkboard. That sounds like some hard yakka there. Fan dinkum. This is cringe.
That's right. This is the most Australian podcast of all time, because 2 Australians, one of which was from New Zealand, but is still an Australian citizen. And I think that's the most Australian thing you can get.
I agree. The most Australian is someone who wasn't born here and then comes here and then is like, I'm Australian now. They are the most Australian people.
Absolutely. And we're watching an Australian movie.
Oh, we're heading out to bloody Whoop Whoop to fucking review Wolf Creek.
Yep.
I do want to say, so Whoop Whoop is an Australian term for the middle of nowhere, but for a very long time I thought it was an actual place.
Oh,
Whoop Whoop, yeah. Because people are like, oh my god, that guy over there is from Whoop Whoop. And then I was like, so many people are from this place called Whoop Whoop that I've never heard of.
I do not remember a single time ever hearing that in my life.
Wow, really?
Before, looking it up just before, I'm like, Whoop Whoop? Maybe someone must have said that, and I just went, and I did the same thing. I'm like, that's a weird name for a place. Yo, Whoop Whoop.
Good old Whoop Whoop. It is, but it's actually the middle of nowhere. We're reviewing Wolf Creek, a movie about a guy, and there's a bunch of kids, backpackers, and he's gonna probably kill them.
Yeah.
On the podcast, where all of this week I am picking Australian movies. Well, I'm picking options, and then our Patreon is choosing the Australian movies that we do. I put this movie up with a bunch of unknowns, and the popular one won, which is not really a huge surprise. But also, I'm very happy for it, because having watched this movie, I think it's going to be a fun episode. How do we do this again? I ask Zach, I say no spoilers, and then I'm like, Zach, what did you think of the movie?
Oh, cool. Blimey, what an Australian true blue. Am I right, Sando?
Yeah. Oh, You fucking chock-a-block of legend. What?
If you haven't figured it out yet, this movie's pretty Australian.
Yeah.
And I liked it. I don't think it's the best movie we've watched, but like I didn't know what to expect going in, and I had a lot of fun in the tension.
Ooh, yeah.
And the cinematography. I think it was a bit long.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
wow.
And I think the ending could have been a bit better. But overall, I had a good time.
All right.
And I think this is an important movie for Australians to watch.
More. Now, why do you think it's an important movie for Australians to watch?
It's a lesson,
It's a lesson?
Actually, no. Sorry, it's actually the opposite, I should say. It's an important movie for non-Australians coming into Australia to watch.
Yeah,
that makes more sense. Yeah.
I was talking about this the other day about this movie and other movies like it, where I'm like, I just think that we should keep making Australian movies that scare Americans. I think it's very funny, and it'll stop them from ever coming here. Not that we don't want them here, just that I think it's very funny that people think Australia is really dangerous, where it's just as dangerous as anywhere else in the world.
Yeah. It's weird that serial killers can appear here and there. Whoa.
I know.
That's
so
crazy.
So wild.
You shouldn't go anywhere. You should stay in your home and never leave. It's terrifying out there.
No, it sounds like you enjoyed it, though. That's good.
I had fun. I don't think it's the best horror movie we've watched.
Yeah, that's fine.
And there's a few points throughout the movie where I was like, but I liked the Australian ness of it, I thought that was well done, and it gave me a little bit of a spook.
Yeah,
I was like,
okay.
You know what? I was a little spooky. This is pretty spooky here.
Not bad.
What do you think?
What do I think of Wolf Creek? I liked it as well. I quite liked it. Quite a bit. I think it's got issues. For me, I don't have an issue with the ending, but I have an issue with some of the stuff they try to do in the ending, and that's hard to explain, really, without getting into spoilers, so we'll get into that later. But I agree, I really liked the cinematography, and I think the acting was really good. It felt very unlike a lot of movies that we would watch. I feel like it's hard, because last week we did an Australian movie that was kind of Australia making fun of America, but it also just kind of felt like an American movie. Whereas this one feels like a, proper, like, we are in Australia.
Yes.
The last movie felt like it was made by Australians, but this one feels like we're in Australia.
Yeah. Although it's funny because it's like, well, there is Australians, but there's also non-Australian, more aggressive non-Australians here. In fact, it's the point that
that's true.
They're not Australians.
Oh, but isn't the character of Australia the main character of this film, though, Zach? The vibe of the whole country.
Yeah, I think the country is definitely. Would I say main character? Ooh, it's the most prominent character throughout the film, but I don't know if it's the main character of the film. But I guess it kind of is in a way. I'll give you that.
Yeah. But no, I liked it, and I think I was a little worried going into it because the reputation of this movie is that it's the scariest Australian film, and I was like, does that just mean there's going to be a bunch of fucked up, like, assault shit? So I was really worried that the whole movie would just be that. But I think it is a theme in the movie, but it's not done in a way that's super duper bad. It's done in a fairly tasteful-ish kind of way, where it's, it's done in a way where it's like, I mean, we're gonna mention it, but we're not gonna do a fucking The Hills Have Eyes on you, which is good because I hate that remake. But I think overall I was very pleasantly surprised. I went in with medium expectations and came out pretty high with a couple little qualms.
Yeah, I think I'm sort of the same, where I didn't have high expectations, so they were the bar was low, and it easily sort of side pulled themselves up over, like a Australian outback men jumping over a fence,
Yep. No, I agree. And I think as well, it's one of those movies where, I don't know about you, but like, I feel like it's got a Texas Chainsaw Massacre reputation where it's meant to be like people are like, oh, it's really gory. And then you watch it and you're like, I mean, but not really though. It has gore in it, but it isn't.
No, it definitely has some decent gore.
Yeah.
I think it had. I quite liked the gore. I thought it was definitely high gore. I wouldn't call it the most gruesome thing I've ever seen, but it was definitely like gory, which was good.
Yeah, I feel like it's more about the tension, and then there is gore maybe 10% of the time. Whereas like it's not like the Saw movies where it's 100% gore all of the time, which I think is kind of what I expected based on how people talked about it. But no, I liked that as well. I liked the gore. It is shot kind of like a documentary, which I thought was really cool. I know that you don't particularly like handheld kind of like jumpy cameras, like the camera is running along with them. But
yeah, I think this one was done really well though.
Yeah, I agree. It's not like a Bourne Identity. It's done well.
Yeah. I think like I didn't get motion sickness in this film.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So the like camera, the handheld camera shots didn't actually take away from the film for me. So I was happy with it. I was like, yeah, this is good.
Yeah. Oh, cool. No, I agree with that. And I think like it being shot like that. Well, because also a plot point in the movie is there are cameras as well that people have a look at the cameras. So I think the whole movie kind of feeling like it is shot by the actors, I think is quite clever.
Yeah, it felt like, you know, instead of a shaky cam, it's like someone trying to film something good, you know?
Yeah. Did you also like, though, that a big part... Well, you said it was a bit long. This isn't really a spoiler, but it does take a very long time for the movie to kick off in the way you think it's going to.
Honestly, I think the start of the movie, the slowness of that was actually fine.
Oh, okay, so you're more about, like, the rest of it.
Yeah, honestly, the rest of it I thought was a bit long, which is funny because the whole point of the start, you weren't expecting.
No, I was not expecting that at all.
The whole point of the start is there's like a slow build up, and I think the tension is done really well for that.
Yeah.
And it like, but it is sort of like pretty tropey, where it has like, you know, it ticked the boxes for like young adults. Having coitus and drama and bullshit.
A little bit of that, definitely.
Leading up to the horror of the film.
Yeah, no, I agree. So your issue is more with like the actual kind of point of the movie then.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, once they get into it, there's a few scenes like where I think they, you know, it's just running around. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
I think the ending goes a bit long.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say without spoiling the movie.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
But I'll say I didn't mind the first 25 minutes.
Okay, cool. I will say as well, we did watch the unrated cut, which I didn't know was a thing, that adds 5 minutes. 5 minutes, I think.
All right, that was it.
That
was it. If we watched the rated cut, it would be fine.
I'll tell you what those 5 minutes were, because I'm amazed that they put this movie out without including those 5 minutes, but I think it probably did actually contribute to your pacing issue with the movie.
Oh, okay. So,
yeah, we'll talk about that. I'm trying to think what... It's hard to talk about non-spoilery, because this movie doesn't have that much of a plot.
Yeah.
The acting's all pretty good. So you've got one Australian guy and then two British... two British women who are actually played by Australians though. So, but their accents were pretty solid.
Yeah. It was funny because I didn't think they were non-Australian.
Yeah.
Very much until it was like very explicitly pointed out, and I was like, "Oh, right, they're tourist." Okay, yeah. Which I thought was quite funny.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like the movie never talks much about... I didn't even know what half the characters' names were until well into halfway through the film. I don't feel like it really does introduce...
No, but I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. You learn all about them and who they are by their actions, you know?
Yeah.
I really liked John Jarratt, though. I think he does a great job of being the... evil psychopath, you know?
Yeah.
Sociopath. And it's like, it's clear when you get sort of into it. We know as an audience kind of what's going to happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when he's talking about certain things in the film, it's like, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. No, this checks out. But also, I think he plays a good, he could be, a friendly guy. You know, he seems amicable. And then, yeah, obviously he is a killer. So I think the disposition between those two was done quite well.
Yeah, no, totally. I agree. And even when his secret identity, to use my potentially stretch of a connection.
Boo! That secret identity is a bullshit term for that. You mean he just pretends to be nice and then kills people?
Oh, and
he doesn't hide his identity. His identity isn't secret. Literally, the whole point of the ending is that they know who he is.
Are you calling my connection a stretch?
It's bloody stretched, alright. It's stretched around half the fucking earth, mate. Stretched from Uluru and back, mate. Fucking hell.
I don't know. I think it works. I think, I don't know.
Yeah, it depends on your definition of secret identity, because, when I think of secret identity, I think of the superhero thing, right?
Yeah,
where he's got a, regular life, and then his secret identity is his, regular life, and then he takes on a different persona so people don't know who he is.
Yeah,
However, his identity is a killer, which he keeps a secret from other people. It's just people know his name and who he is. They just don't know he's a killer. So you could interpret secret identity as that. Yeah. So I'm going to just leave it as a stretch and let you get away with this one, all right?
I got away with it.
I'll be keeping an eye on you.
No, that's fair. Honestly, my goal is to try and get Zach to think that some of these are stretches, because you've gotten away with a lot. I haven't gotten away with any. That's not true. I got so many in there. The dog one, famously. Maybe I'll use that again. Maybe features a dog.
Wait, can you be like, well, it didn't actually work last time, so I'm just going to use it again.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you use it again, and there's no fucking dogs in either of the fucking films of it. Oh, you should do no dogs. No dogs are in the film.
No dogs.
Oh, there was a dog in this one, though.
Oh, that's true. I should have gone with one of my connections that I was thinking about between last week's movie and this one was alcohol, and I honestly should have just gone for that. It's a better connection than secret
that would have been
identity,
a better. They did, right at the start of the film, they're having a fun time drinking. So
yeah, exactly.
That would have checked out.
But no, I do agree. John Jarratt his performance is quite good. I think I haven't seen him in a lot of stuff, but he's quite good in this movie.
There's a couple of movies I want to see on his list. To name one would be Boar.
Oh, I did have a look at that.
Which is a 2017
Razorback
movie
remake.
about a Razorback. Yeah.
A little bit of a Razorback remake there, yes.
So Sandra's going to put that as an option for next week, and we're going to vote for it, right, guys? Am I right, Sandra?
Are you talking to our audience? Because this is coming out once those polls are done, so that'll have to be
right,
that'll have to be next year.
Yeah.
No, I like him a lot in this. I think that it's interesting because of his reputation and just as a person, how well he sells this character, because allegedly he might be pretty similar to some traits of this character, but I think he captures the Australian he's just joking, mate, thing really well, which is good.
Yeah. I was just looking at Next of Kin, which is from 1982. That one looks pretty good.
That does look pretty fun. Oh, yeah. He was also the lead of Dark Age, which is another Australian film we've previously reviewed, which is about the big old crocodile. The big crocodile. They got to go get the big crocodile. Yeah, he was the main character in that.
Yeah. He's really good.
Yeah.
I also liked the main lead. The Cassandra Magrath.
Yes, plays Liz.
Yeah. I liked her a lot. I thought she was really good in this film.
Yeah, there's two. So there's the Australian guy, Ben, and then there's Liz and Kestie, but they weren't. their names were said for a very long time. So I just kind of called them actors that they looked like. Kestie was kind of, I guess, blonde, and she looked like Amy Adams, so I kept calling her Amy Adams. And then Liz looked like Keira Knightley, so I kept calling her Keira Knightley. So if I ever refer to either of those as Amy Adams or Keira Knightley, that is why, because I did not know their names.
What about Ben? Did you know Ben's name?
They immediately name drop him, though.
Yeah,
in the
they
first
do
scene,
name
before
him.
he's even on screen, they say his name. And I was like, well, I already know him, but who are you guys?
Yeah. If you were to pick an actor, who would you Ben?
Ooh. See, he looks more like people I know in real life than he does an actor.
Yeah.
He looks like guys that I know. I'm trying to think.
Like Ben from last week. He looks exactly like him.
He does look exactly like him. No, he kind of looks like Anakin from Phantom Menace, but grown up.
He does. No, he absolutely does. You're right. I just you said that and it instantly popped in my head and I was like, yeah, he does.
So maybe I'll just call him Anakin.
Yeah, good old Anakin.
Call him Anakin.
Or I'll call him Annie.
Annie, yeah. I like that. Yep.
Annie, it's so good to see ya.
But yes, I think speaking of John Jarratt, though, I should mention, allegedly, he's a crook bloke. Anyway, that's all. Allegedly, he's a big old crook bloke. allegedly. And I feel like it's one of those things where he has had, he did go to court for assault charges a couple years ago. He was found not guilty, but it is Australia, so allegedly being found not guilty in Australia doesn't really mean anything. But allegedly he was also just a dickhead, like on set and everything. So nice. Potentially the reason why he's not in much but the Wolf Creek stuff is because of that. But again, allegedly, and who knows, really.
All right. Don't know about you, true blue Australian bloke, but I'm gonna give this one a goodie.
Ooh, a goodie.
Yeah, I'll give it a goodie. I think it's far from the worst movie we've seen out of Australia. And I think Sandro's gonna put way more worse films in his month. So I'm just gonna take this goodie and roll with it, you know? I think it's definitely... And I give points to this, far more Australian than last week's episode.
I agree. I don't think it's more Australian than Razorback, though. Actually.
No.
They're both Australian in a different way.
They are very Australian, though. They're very high up on the Australian scale. I think the Razorback's like the top level for Australian.
It honestly might be the most Australian movie I've ever watched.
Yeah. We got to rate movies from The Return of Captain Invincible to... Razorback.
So Razorback.
And yeah, this one gets like a 7 from me. Or maybe even higher. I'll give it like an 8.5.
On the Australian scale, I agree. I think an 8.5 is good.
But it can't get more because there's non-Australian tourists there. So it's deliberately not Australian.
But if they were British people who moved to Australia and they still have their British accents, though, that's fine because they are not
because
tourists.
They're being hunted down by a giant boar. And that's okay.
Yeah. I'll give it a goodie as well. I liked it. I think I went into it with a lot of reservations, but the movie pretty much immediately won me over. And there's issues, and I'll talk about it in spoilers. I really only have one major issue with the whole movie that I will probably say immediately in spoilers, just to get it out of the way.
Okay.
But no, it is a goodie from me. I like it. And Zach, I tried. There's not that many bad options coming up for the next 2 weeks. There's not that many. There's not that many.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Yeah, there's not many bad options. There's only one next week. Guess which one we're watching.
Well,
Guess
I mean,
which
who
one
knows?
the audience picks.
Who knows? I haven't checked Patreon yet, but like here's the thing though: is any Australian film really bad? Because they're all Australian, and that makes us laugh. So you know.
Bunch of larrikins.
All right, 2 goodies. Tagline time.
Taglines. Let's do it.
I'm going to do this in an American accent because I think it just makes it work better.
Yeah.
3,000 people are reported missing in Australia every year. Some are never seen again.
Does it just say some in that one?
Yeah, just says some.
Because in the movie, it's like, and then 90% are found, but 10% never come back. Bum, bum, bum. That's silly. That's very silly. The American accent made it even worse. Thumbs down.
I agree. How many people are reported missing in
That's a good
Australia?
question. That seems like a lot,
year?
but
It does.
But I guess like if they're reported missing and then found, that makes sense.
Apparently, no, I'm not going to trust Google AI. Fuck you. Apparently, over 50,000 people are actually reported missing each year.
That makes sense.
So
what did Google say?
It said between 30 and 100. Thank you, Google.
Yeah, incredible. Yeah, what an exact amount. No, I could see that. I believe in this movie around 2005, 30,000.
Yeah.
I believe that's a fact that they Googled, That's a fact that they looked up so they could put it in the thing.
I agree with that.
But yeah, is it reported missing and then not found? Oh, you know what they did? They looked up, missing and never found and thought that number was really garbage, but then saw, missing but then found. And it's like, that sounds a lot spookier.
Yeah, definitely. All right. I'll do the other ones in Australian. That first one, I just want to do in American.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
How can you be found when no one knows you're missing?
Ooh.
I like that one, actually.
Yeah. The Australian accent really fucking did numbers on it, but it was still pretty good.
Yeah.
I was like, that's spooky. Oh yeah, thumbs up.
And finally, it's behind you in the poster. That's your background on Teams. The thrill is in the hunt.
The thrill is in the hunt. Thrill is in the hunt. I'll give it a shaky side thumb.
Thrill
it's neither up nor down for me. It's not, maybe a little more leaning to the good side. It's a creepy line,
It just makes me think of the thrill is in the hunt, like the song. But
no, never heard of that one.
It's a different song, and then I replaced the lyrics with the tagline.
Oh.
But now I've forgotten what the actual lyrics are, because now I'm just thinking of the tagline, and it's very unhelpful. And now
thrill is in the hunt. I think I know the one you're talking about, but I can't remember.
The groove is in the I don't. It's a lost cause. We'll move on.
AI is transforming customer service. It's real and it works. And with Finn, we've built the #1 AI agent for customer service. We're seeing lots of cases where it's solving up to 90% of real queries for real businesses. This includes the real-world complex stuff like issuing a refund or cancelling an order. And we also see it when Finn goes up against competitors. It's top of all the performance benchmarks, top of the G2 leaderboard, and if you're not happy, we'll refund you up to $1 million, which I think says it all. Check it out for yourself at fin.ai.
Instagram teen accounts, automatic protections for teens. Instagram teen accounts have built-in content settings and limits for who can contact teens. Plus, teens under 16 can't change these default safety settings without parental approval. So parents can help teens connect safely. Instagram teen accounts, automatic protections for who can contact teens and the content they can see. Learn more at instagram.com/teenaccounts.
Well, howdy there, Sally McSella here, back with another ad, and for some normal people, Christmas means presents and fun time with families, but for me, a humble podcast ad man, Christmas is going over to patreon.com/Oldie But a Goodie Pod to listen to Sandra and Zach do their 5th annual Cagerama. 6 bonus podcast episodes on Nicolas Cage movies, starting with the Spider-Man TV show Spider Noir. Here's a clip. It started off very grounded.
Yes.
And there was a couple episodes where I went, man, he is playing this pretty straight. But nope.
Yeah.
Nope. You have him pretending to be an actual spider, because his version of Spider-Man is he acts like a spider and then he had to relearn how to be a human. So he has like spider-like tendencies where his legs are like flicking around and shit.
Yeah. I think that's a good interpretation of Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
But it makes sense for his character because it's not, I got bitten by a radioactive spider and now I have Spider-Man powers. No. It's quite different because he gets bitten by an experimented on prisoner of war that has like a giant spider fucking body.
I don't think I've ever said this before in one of these promos, but I was actually inspired to become a voiceover artist by watching Nicolas Cage movies. Something about the way he yelled made me really excited to just get on a microphone and go, I'm an American. Well, you can listen to the boys reviewing Spider Noir over at patreon.com/Oldie Buddy Goodie Pound. Get that bonus episode, get the rest of the season. It's going to be a fun one. You can also get ad-free episodes there as well. That's patreon.com/Oldie Buddy Goodie Pound. I'm not very good at doing an impression of the Cagester. Spoilers. We're going to spoil the Wolf Creek movie.
Yes, spoilers for this Australian thriller.
Okay, we'll talk about the plot in a second, but my major gripe with this movie is that it says it's based on a true story, because it's not.
A classic, yeah. I was going to ask about that.
Yeah.
But I, don't want to spoil it or anything.
It's one of those movies where if the opening's just based on true events, I'm like, they could have gotten away with it. But because at the end of the movie, characters who survive are then like, and they live today in South Australia, I'm like, they don't fucking exist, mate. Like, this character isn't real. Yeah. So basically the behind the scenes of it is...
They could just lie to you,
Yeah. Well, and I feel like that's fine if it's something that's obviously not real. Like Blair Witch Project being like based on it, like this is the real footage of a movie. You're like,
yes,
sure.
You do like an alien movie and it's like based on real life events,
which is great. But I think the problem is when because like the point of this movie is that the writer who's also the director, Greg McLean, did take inspiration from real life Australian serial killers and then also real life victims of serial killers or like actual tourists who went missing.
So you could say based on true events in that way. That would make sense.
Yeah.
But it's not based on a true story.
It's not based on a true story. And I do think that if he was to make a movie about those actual people, I'd be like, gross. Don't do that. Especially not when it's like this. If it's like a horror movie, but it's based on actual people. There's a fucking movie about the Sharon Tate murders that's shot like a slasher. I'm like, that's so disrespectful. What are you doing? That's awful.
Yeah. Do you know the behind the scenes about that? How this film was filmed?
Like in terms of the characters
location.
And stuff? Oh, well, the location is real. Yeah. Yes.
Because I did before the podcast see a fun fact, which was that they recorded this in a place where a real life murder had happened.
Yeah, yes.
And the locals got pissed off because they thought they were making a documentary about that murder that had happened there. Yeah. Which, fair enough. I would get upset too.
Yeah, which I think is why they changed, because Wolf Creek is an actual place, but they've changed the spelling for the movie. It's got an E at the end of it in real life, but in the movie there's no E, and I think that's probably...
I would have never found Wolf Creek in real life after they removed the E,
So I think there's small parts about it like that where I feel a bit icky about the movie, where I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that.
It was not done as tastefully as it could have been.
No. And I also think, at the very end, the movie is like, and this character lives today in this place. And I'm like, but they're not real, though. So that's kind of weird. There's also a scene where there's a bunch of newspaper clippings to kind of like fill out Mick's backstory. And they are all real newspaper clippings of real people who went missing. And that I do not like at all.
Yeah, that's a bit gross, yeah.
But that's my main issues with the movie.
Yeah. I mean, what's that movie where the lady goes into that pile of sludge with, like, skeletons and stuff in it, and it turns out they were real-life dead bodies that she was in or something?
That's
like a weird fact on the internet, is there's just one movie. I think it was one of the Evil Deads or something. You can fact-check me.
I feel like Poltergeist?
Yeah, Poltergeist. Yeah, that might be the one.
Poltergeist was Poltergeist. There are actual skeletons in the thing. Yeah.
Which is, a little fucked,
That's pretty fucked. The 80s. But that's something where I'm like, it was the 80s, so I kind of not expect it and give it a pass.
Oh, right.
But because this was 2005,
it was a different
I'm like, we had 20 years.
It was a different time. Yeah, no, 2005, you should be above board now.
Yeah.
Like, you should know better.
So, just some of the small stuff like that, I'm like, I don't care for it. But personally...
This movie was not very respectful to its source material, yeah.
No, but, at least it's not actually... At least the characters aren't called any of the people they're based on. I'm glad they changed names and all that. But anyway, with that out of the way...
Do better, though. Do better. You did okay, but you could do better.
Well, maybe the sequels. We'll talk about those later.
Oh, no.
Speaking of bad options for next week.
The reviews were not very kind to the sequels, I can tell you.
Yeah. Maybe you might watch them, but we'll see. We'll talk about the film first. So, okay, what happens?
All right, so we start off our classic horror film with a couple of tourists.
Oh.
That's right, we got two Sheilas. Two Sheilas and a bloke.
Oh, I've seen that movie before.
Whoa.
It's called Any Other Australian Film.
Yep. Because it's got a guy and he has a girlfriend up at, is it Darwin, I think?
In Sydney? Well,
no, because he's from Sydney.
I think his girlfriend's also in Sydney. Maybe.
Oh.
But they're on a road trip to Cairns, which is in Queensland, so...
Yeah.
Maybe she's there. I don't know.
Oh, well, also the girlfriend might not exist, right?
I don't think she does.
Yeah, I think he could... There's a plot line where he's, like, lying about that, maybe?
Yeah.
And he's also banging girls on this trip, so... But he might just be an asshole, like, that's also a high possibility,
Is he, though? I mean, he kisses Liz.
At the start of the film, she, like, wakes up in his bed.
Oh, that was a deleted scene as well. That was one of the ones that was deleted because they removed it because they were like, that's going to add a triangle and, like, complicate things. I think she just... I don't think they did anything. I think they just passed out because she's... But also, it was just an excuse for her to look right in his feet. And I was like, Tarantino movie.
Yeah. Okay, the director loved Ben's feet. Yeah. Ben's feet were on screen a lot. He had those grippers out on the dashboard for fucking half that movie. I was like, whoa. Tarantino over here loves this guy's feet.
I think I think he is a genuine big fan of this movie. And now I can see why. Because there's just feet everywhere. He loves Australian films. So Tarantino loves Australian movies. And I think he loves Australian movies because we have our fucking grippers out all the time.
We do! We do, though. That's like a thing in Australia where we just go to the beach or whatever. We just have our grippers out, Yeah. I have a mate who lives here. He doesn't wear shoes. It's his thing.
Wow.
He just doesn't wear them. And I'm like why don't you wear his shoes? No, he wears his shoes sometimes, but he's just like, whenever he can get those grippers out, they're out,
All power.
Don't you worry. Yeah.
All power to him. No power to Tarantino, though. Stop looking at my feet.
I'll give you a little power, Tarantino. You made some good movies.
That's true.
Stop perving
William
on
Shakespeare's
feet.
Reservoir Dogs coming to the theaters. August time. Link in the description. Anyway.
All right. So after staring at Ben's grippers, we get a little bit of a road trip thing. So they're going up towards Darwin. Two tourists. There's a bit of tension, The one girl likes the guy, and he likes her, and so they're like, we're gonna bang.
Whoa, but he has a girlfriend, but they don't believe him.
Yep, and apparently he doesn't either because he gives her a bit of a snog later.
Yeah.
But first we have to get to Wolf's Creek. They have a little party at the start, They get super drunk.
Yeah.
That's trope number 1 of your horror movies, teenagers getting drunk.
Exactly.
Although they're kind of more like young adults. I'm not sure, are they meant to be a bit younger than what we see?
No clue. I would assume they're probably mid-20s.
Yeah, they look like they're mid-20s-ish,
Yeah.
I don't think they're meant to be too young. It doesn't matter too much because then they get to Wolf's Creek, and it's like this is like a 20-ish minute
takes
montage of them getting over there and then kind of like bonding. And
it might be a bit longer, honestly, because we also have them going to Emu Creek, which is the gas station,
that's
and
true.
then there's all the
I forgot about
guys
that.
there.
Yeah, that happens beforehand. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
And I feel like that was 20 minutes in, so it honestly might be 40 minutes. I know it was about an hour until anything actually started to kick off, because I did check then.
Yeah. No, but I appreciated that. I was like, there's some tension building, and I felt the tension.
I liked it as well.
They get to a gas station. They fill up on fuel. Ben, he has the like camera that they're bringing, so he takes some footage. They're then met by some of the locals who are like, "Hey, we want to bang your girls."
Yep.
And the guy's like, "Ew." And the guy's like, "You what?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah, cool, mate." And he's like, "Yeah, that's what I thought, mate."
Oh, and that fucking guy's name was Bazza, because we get the
His
line,
name was
Bazza, don't be a
Bazza.
dickhead. And I was like, of course his name is
he's like
fucking
credited in the credits. It's like a big role. I'm like, he had like 2 scenes in the film.
Yeah. There's 3 characters. One of them's called Bazza. The other one's called Bazza's mate. And then we've also got Bazza's older mate.
Yep.
So
he was much older.
Big role.
He was clearly an older gentleman, you know?
He was quite old. That stuff, though, like all of that, and I feel like the movie in general, it did feel quite realistic, because like going on road trips, especially because they're driving from Broome, which is in Western Australia, driving from like Western Australia to Adelaide, Darwin-ish, like that area, going east from Western Australia, it's fucked. It's just fucked out there. Like it just feels
a barren wasteland.
It just feels like just a lot of gross people, a lot of gross dudes being gross dudes out there, and you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah. So if you're hearing this now, Sandra hates you if you live
That's
up
right.
there. Sandra thinks you're all gross and stinky.
There's some good people. Some of my best friends live there.
Such as? You want to name him on the podcast?
No, I don't want to dox them. I don't want to
Oh,
dox
yeah,
them.
of course. Yeah,
No,
of course.
no,
I don't want to dox them. You know, all those friends you have.
All those
from
friends. No, but I do have a friend who like drove that length.
Oh, yeah.
It was just their stories. I'm like, whoa, someone had a fucking Confederate flag on their car. It's like, what are you doing? It's just a wasteland.
Hillbilly. They've got their hillbillies mixed up. I know. You idiot.
You're being racist in the wrong country. What are you've been racist in the wrong...
maybe they were just like, I heard there's great racists over here. They're American.
Yeah.
I'm an American. I'm gonna go find me some racism down in the down under.
down. Just a really racist American who's like, I've heard Australia's racist. I'm gonna go there.
Yeah. He met some great Australian racists down here, you know? He started a community. He's like, you know what? Racism can be diverse. Lots of different people can be racist.
Lots of different white people. And he starts that's sadly pretty accurate for today's climate. I wouldn't put it past the world.
Yeah. So, they get gas station, they fill up on gas, they head off, you know?
Get off to Wolf Creek. I loved the lead up to them getting there as well, how Ben tells them stories about how it's like the #1 UFO sighting place in Australia, and tells this like long story about a UFO experience someone supposedly had. And then when they get to Wolf Creek, it's like, our watches aren't working. Oh my god, this is just what happens when the aliens come. And I was like, this would have been so funny if there were aliens.
that would be great. I was all for it. I was wondering if we were going to have like an alien like just like thrown in there for the lols. You know?
Honestly, that would have been hilarious.
Yeah. Like just something like they see lights in the sky and it's like unexplained, and then the movie moves on and never addresses it ever again. And you're like, hang on a minute, didn't they just have an alien encounter? And the movie's like, yeah, but more important things are happening. And you're like, really? They hike up to Wolf's Creek, and it's like a meteor zone, a crater.
Yes.
Where a giant meteor has landed, possibly thousands, hundreds of thousands of years ago, millions of years ago, even maybe.
Yeah.
And they talk about how, the explosion from it was probably the same as like 200 nuclear bombs.
Yeah.
It's this giant crater. I did like the crater. I thought it was a cool crater.
I agree. And it's a real place, the Wolf Creek crater, except it's got an E at the end of Wolf. It's the only difference. You can go there, though.
I wouldn't. Yeah, all my technology's going to conk out, and then an Australian bloke's going to fucking shoot me.
I do feel like this movie did harm the going to that location in particular.
I wonder if it harmed it or helped it.
Well,
right?
actually, true. I feel like it's not as
because
desolate.
I've never heard of it up till now, right?
Yeah,
and now I
sure.
want to go there because I've heard of it. Because one, it'd be like, oh, I get to see this cool crater, this cool thing, all this jazz. But also, two, I'm at the place where they filmed Wolf Creek, and I could be like,
true.
haha,
I'm having a look here as well. So in the movie, it takes place more near like the top of Adelaide. So that's South Australia. That's Cassandra. The bottom. Yeah.
I know this probably isn't what they did, but I really wish the sequel to this movie was people that were fans of the first movie go and check out the place and find the guy and get murdered by him.
But it's like the actor, it's not the... Or are we saying that the first movie was like a documentary, like found footage?
Yeah. Going off the because it said it's based on real life events, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you could have the guy, right?
That would be so funny to just do a Scream, but it's Wolf Creek. That would be hilarious. Yes. That would be so good. But yeah, so where the movie says the Wolf Creek crater is in the south of Australia, so closer to Adelaide, kind of like in the middle of Adelaide and Perth, I guess. Whereas where it actually is, it's actually at the top of Western Australia, so it's at the top.
Interesting.
And it's close to Halls Creek, so I think it actually would be fine to go there, and you're not that far away from anything, actually, because it's pretty close.
It'd be hard to get murdered around there, yeah.
Yeah, it's close to a very normal place where everyone goes for, what is it? When you have a break? A vacation. That's the word. That's close to a vacation.
Sounds like you need a bit of a vacation there, mate. Far
bloody do.
Fair dinkum.
Ugh.
All right. So, yeah, we get there. They hang around. They're about to leave, but at exactly 6:30, all their technology conks out.
God. Now, so they also go back to their car, and they can't get their car started. And Matt, the car thing makes sense as to why they can't get their car started, because someone probably tampered with it. But their watches is not explained ever.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like an EMP or something. Like he set up a little EMP zone.
Maybe. I mean, he does seem like someone who could get... Look, he managed to sneak a pistol into Australia, which, like, all of his guns, like a rifle and a shotgun, I'm like, yep, they would give you that for hunting. But a pistol? Can't get a fucking pistol in Australia. How'd he get that? So he probably could sneak in an EMP as well.
I think he's probably like ex-military, by my guess.
Well, he mentions being in Vietnam.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So it makes sense that he's like just a psycho killer dude.
Yeah.
And that he has access to like some military grade stuff. It is interesting that he probably just messed with their car.
Yes.
Earlier in the film. We learned that later, that he was following them.
Yes.
Because the lady goes through the tape and sees his car in the background of their tape.
Yeah.
So she knows that he's been following them the whole time.
That actually was I really liked that moment. Because I was kind of expecting it, but I then, at that point in the movie, I was like, they won't do that. And then they did it, and I was like, oh my god, they actually did do it. So
yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty clever. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, they're stranded. They're like, oh, we'll have to sleep in the car. But then who pulls up? Why? It's none other than your friendly neighborhood Mick Taylor, Australian bloke. He looks like Freddy Krueger, and he acts like him sometimes as well. There was a jump scare where he's like in the back of a car, and he like pops up and is like, hello there. And it just looked like Freddy. I don't know if you got that.
Yeah. That was, he was being a bit of a larrikin there,
Yeah.
bit of a silly bloke.
No,
there,
but that's
just being a silly Billy.
But that's the thing. That's why I like this movie. Is it does talk a lot about Australian male culture, which is like, you know, all of the guys in Emu Creek are obviously gross and they're being really explicit and gross and creepy. But then also the bloody larrikins. They'll also bloody get ya. They're all gonna bloody get ya, mate. They're all fucked.
So anybody who's not living in Australia right now, this is 100% accurate. And if you come here, you will encounter weird Australian perverts, you know?
Yeah.
So look out. Better look out.
You will get murdered by a bloke.
Yeah, by a bloody bloke.
I feel like some of the most dangerous Australian men are the guys who do acts like this, though.
So, yeah, for real.
That's pretty accurate.
No, they're pretty gross. The whole, like, grossness towards women is pretty gross. That it's based off real life things, you know?
But anyway, he's like, I'll help you, come the my. He doesn't talk like that. How does he talk? He has that Australian... It's more of like a
deep Australian accent, yeah.
Yeah. He kind of sounds like a children's presenter at points as well with how he like delivers lines. It's just anyway, he's like, I'll fix up your car, come to my bloody place, I'll fix up your fucking car. Where are you from, Ben? I'm from Sydney. And then he says something that is a homophobic term, which I thought was hilarious to describe Sydney, just because I'd never actually heard that in a movie before, only in real life. I was like, that's a very Australian thing to say.
Yeah, let me tell you, Sandro, I'm an Australian. He's got that drunken Australian, I think.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
Because he's a bit gruff. I was just listening to it. He's like, oh, yeah, mate, I'm from the outback. I've been going around, and you know what? I fucking watched a hog decapitate a pit bull, send its head flying, and then blood go. Psst,
yeah. I saw a bull run into a building and explode. You wouldn't understand.
I saw it go around a meat shop and just go fucking nuts. fucking hell.
What a good movie.
What a great movie. Wakey, wakey, hands off, snakey.
Literally just thinking that as well.
Probably the best line in any film.
And then the nightmare sequence where the guy's in the bush, but it's shot like a fucking gothic horror film for no reason for like 10 minutes. That was good. I would have rewatched Razorback. Let's do it.
Yeah, we need to come back. We call the episode Back to Razorback.
Yeah. Bloody Razorback.
And compare what we think now to what we thought then, you know? That'd be a good recap one.
I like how Ben pisses him off by comparing him to Crocodile Dundee, and then the scene with them hanging out just suddenly gets really awkward, and then they start farting to be like, nah, we're cool.
Yeah.
Kind of funny.
That was funny, and it's really showing him because he really doesn't like them. Yeah. You could tell that he really doesn't like them. It's funny, during those stories where he's talking about all these animals that he's killed and other things, I could really go, like, in my head, I was like, yep, this guy's a sociopath, a psychopath, as it were. Mm-hmm. He, like, talks about these casual killings the same as he would going out and doing the chores, you know? Going fishing or something, right?
Yep.
Or maybe something that doesn't involve killing an animal. You know, taking out the washing, you know? Or what's another thing? Cooking something on the barbie, you know?
Yes.
Like, it's just the attitude where it's like, for maybe like some tough old things like I've met farmers and stuff, you know, you chop off a chicken's head, you know.
Totally. Yep.
And that's so they talk about that, you know, because it's a day's work, but they're not. It's not like they're enjoying it. It's just like they're a part of life. And he kind of has that vibe, and you can kind of excuse it as that vibe. But from our perspective, we can tell we're like, oh, this guy's a bit nuts. This guy's a bit much.
And I think as well, like, he learns as well that two of them are Brits and the other one's from Sydney, so he's also playing into the fact that they want him to kind of be the cliche, so he's been like, fan, dinkum, wow, where the bloody hell are you mob going and fucking, crack open the esky.
Yeah. He's playing it up a bit.
Yeah. But they fall asleep and then they
he
wake
does say
up.
something true though, Sandro.
What does he say?
He says, I think he says, Sydney is the Pufta capital.
That's what I was referring to earlier. I laugh so hard because, okay, we will be saying a homophobic slur for this, but the term Pufta is such an Australian thing that I've only heard in person. I don't think I've ever actually seen it in a movie before.
Yeah, it's also like, is that's a slur? Yeah, I guess, but it's a really bad one. It's a really bad one, you know?
I was like, I can't believe he just said that in a movie.
Yeah.
Not because it's like, oh my god, how dare they put that in a movie. I'm just like...
No, it's more like...
I've watched many Australian films.
It's just like not... It takes you out of the film because it's really funny, because it's a dumb word, you know?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, well. Just makes him a bad guy, you know?
And he says it to a guy who's fucking got a buzz cut and a Southern Cross tattoo on his shoulder. Yeah. I'm like, this is the most straight dude possible.
Yeah. You're not wrong. That's so funny.
Anyway, so they fall asleep, wake up. Oh my god, we follow Keira Knightley for a bit. she's been tied and gagged, and oh my god, it's time for a horror movie.
Yeah. It was like, man, the tension building up to that point was pretty palpable.
Yeah.
I liked the tension up to that point. And yeah, they're just waking up and you're tied and bound, you know, that's got to be fucked, you know?
Yeah, I really wasn't expecting it to go from that, like...
Yeah, it went from one end to one extreme immediately. Like, you knew immediately things were fucked.
Yeah, and I'm like, it makes sense. Like, that is probably the most realistic way to do it. It's not like they wake up and then he's like, do you want to play a game? I got a knife or whatever. And then it just kind of builds from there. It doesn't do that. It's just like, okay.
Well, there could have been like a couple of days period between, possibly, you know?
Yeah, maybe.
But that's a different type of horror movie, I think. You know, it's the one where it's like the neighbor across the road seems a bit sus.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, you know.
That would also be a good Australian movie though.
Yeah.
Anyway, she wakes up, she escapes, she sees Kestie tied up and he's taunting her, being very gross, and so she makes a distraction.
Being a bit rapey as well.
Yeah, which I was expecting in this movie because, I mean, it's an Australian bloke and there's two women that he's captured.
Yeah.
So I was expecting that. I was expecting them to go further, and the fact they didn't, I will commend for them.
Yeah,
for not going.
He says he's going to, but before he can get to anything, things start to go wrong for him.
Exactly.
Because to distract him, she quickly runs out and is like, "How can I distract him?" Well, I'm going to light the car on fire and cause a little explosion.
Yeah.
To really mess with him. And he comes out and he's like, bloody hell, what are you doing, Mickey? You should have turned off the fire. You know better than this. Like, he's talking to himself, you know?
Yeah. But you can tell he knows something's up. He's like, oh, what's going on here?
Yeah, he's like, oh, that's weird. Why did that happen?
There was a point as well. It might be when Liz runs in to untie Kestie, and then he comes in with the... No, hang on. No. So Liz runs in to untie Kestie, and then she hides because he's coming back. And then she pops out with a gun and is like, I'm going to shoot you. And he's like, no, you won't. And then she does. I think, is that the scene where there's a part where Kestie is yelling cunt at him? But because she's got a British accent, it just sounded really awkward.
Yeah. And then I think that's the one where she's like hitting him with the butt of the rifle.
Yeah, that might be
just trying to hit him a bunch.
Yeah.
Calling him a cunt.
And I was like, yeah, Australian, and like, yeah, absolutely, like that's, you know,
yeah.
He is. But it's just because they were Australians putting on British accents. It was like, I could kind of hear their actual accents coming through, just because it's like such a word that in any other accent just feels weird.
Yeah. Well, I think the British can get away with it. I think they also say it a little bit, you know.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, for sure. Anyway.
Yeah. They managed to kind of half escape here because they grab his keys after a tense moment of rifling through his pockets, get in the car, start it up, but just as they started up, the roar of the engine, he burst out.
Yeah, with a
clutch in his neck and holding a shotgun.
Bloody shotgun. And I will say, there are points in this movie where I'm like, why didn't you shoot him in the head? But she doesn't have any more ammo in the gun, or she can't reload it or whatever, so that's fair. And then I'm like, why didn't she grab another gun and then kill him, make sure he's dead before they try to escape? But, you know, also, you're not thinking, really. You're like, I just need to get away, so...
Yeah.
I feel like this movie kind of falls into the camp of like, well, if I was in that situation, I wouldn't make these decisions. And it's like, like, this movie covers its basis enough where it's like they're panicking, so it's fine.
Yeah,
Whereas other movies don't do that.
Yeah, I think her messing up here is realistic. It's like, yeah, they could have avoided a lot of pain and hurt if she had just like stabbed him with something.
And I like as well how
him to die.
And I like how, because they're in the car, they ram it like at him, and then they drive away. I liked how we have Liz, who's like, we're gonna be okay, we're gonna escape, and she's kind of like clear-headed about it, but then Christie's just like not at all. And I thought that dynamic was good, because usually in a horror movie it's either one or the other. So I liked that. I was like,
we've got one person who's trying to think rationally, the other one's just kind of in like a panic state.
Yeah.
And doesn't know what to do, and is freaking out, and so there's a lot. There's a lot going on, and you don't know what to do. The adrenaline's pumping, and you're scared and tired. It could be a lot. And so I think this movie does well. I like what happens here, where they drive and they accidentally like drive to the edge of a cliff.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
And they come up with a plan, which is quite clever, or at least one of them does, the rational thinking one, where she pushes the car off the cliff.
Yep.
And then they hide. And so he comes rearing around the corner following them, and like sees that the car's crashed down below. So he goes down to investigate.
Mm-hmm.
And so while he's going down investigating, they try and make a break for his base again, so they can check out all the see if they can find another vehicle,
another car. Yeah, and so Amy Adams stays behind because she's panicking too much. Well, she doesn't want to, but she's made to stay behind because she's panicking too much, so that Liz can head in on her own. And then, yeah, from this point onwards in the movie, I mean, we haven't seen Ben yet, but for the rest of the movie, and it's about half an hour from this point, we basically just follow every character separately, like one at a time. We're like, now this person, okay, that's done, now this person, and then now this person, which I really liked that format. I thought it was really cool. I think maybe a little bit disappointing where it ends for one of them, which we'll get to soon, but I liked that format. I don't think I've ever really seen a horror movie like that before, where you follow each of the people trying to escape him separately and don't cut between them.
That is interesting. I like that a lot about this movie, especially with the like. My favorite part is when it's like it seems to be all over and then it keeps going. And I was like, that was a good way to do it. Because, we followed the girls for most of this time. And she stumbles back to the hideout, the abandoned mine where he's got his stuff.
Yeah.
I did like the whole, like, it could be in the middle of nowhere. No one would ever know. It's all lost. And so, she's climbing around. She finds a shed with all these dead bodies in it.
Yeah.
One of them's still, like, rotting, which is pretty gross.
Yeah, in the shed, I guess, where he was keeping Kestie tied up, he's like, that body over there lasted for 3 weeks until I chopped her head off or whatever. And it's like, fucking hell, he does this so much. Like, just even that alone, you're like, oh, damn, he is just a straight-up serial killer. And
Yeah, he just
he's
does
got
this
all,
every week, apparently.
He's got this all planned out, but then she digs deeper into his setup and finds even more just because he's got like newspaper clippings of people who have gone missing. Again, I feel icky about that because of the real world stuff that they did, but you're like, okay, he's been doing this for a while.
Yeah, she finds like video footage of someone else's camera.
Yeah.
Where it shows their holiday, and they essentially have the sort of the same interaction with him.
Yeah, he uses
the same lines.
Yeah, he's like got a script for doing this, which is wild.
I mean, if it works, you know.
I mean, yeah. She finds his murder pit as well, which was fucking gross.
That was pretty gross.
That scene was gnarly. And that scene's also, that was so the part where she gets the gun and then explores. So she gets the revolver and then she goes into the mine area, which is where the body pit is. That's also where I think that's where the recorder is as well. All of that stuff is the extended cut only. They cut all that out because, just because I think they were like, it's either too gruesome or they wanted the movie to be shorter. But anyway, all of that was only in the extended cut, which I'm like, that stuff though is so good because it like the scene.
Yeah, no, that stuff is really good.
Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah. So she finally finds another vehicle. She settles in. She's like, yeah, we're going to get out of here. I'm going to go rescue my friend.
Mm.
And then Michael Myers in the fucking backseat over here captures her.
Just pops up for a little jump scare.
Yeah. And then I think she starts getting stabbed and we see it. And it's pretty gruesome.
Yeah, he chops her fingers off as well. Oh yeah, he's like, oh, that's not a knife. This is a knife. He does the line.
Yeah.
Chops off her fingers, and then he like severs her spine to paralyze her.
Is the if I told you I'd have to kill you line? Is that from this movie?
I don't know. Apparently it comes from. I'm having a look here. Okay, if I told you I'd have to kill you, it might be from Sherlock. I think it's from a Sherlock book. Yeah, looks like it's from. Don't know exactly which one it's from, but it looks like it originated from a Sherlock novel. So,
okay, why not? Yeah. But it's a good line, and I think I've quoted that line before.
Oh, definitely.
And I'm not sure if it's from the Sherlock or from this movie. I think the quote is more quoted from this movie. Maybe,
potentially, yeah, for sure. I think it's also in a Mission Impossible at one point as well. So it's in a bunch of things, yeah.
So he kills her
pretty much,
kind of off screen. You know, we see her being stabbed a bunch, and then it cuts away, and so she's dead.
Yeah, she's paralyzed. We don't see her die. We just see her get paralyzed and fall over, but. I mean, she probably wouldn't last that long after that happening.
No,
I don't think.
Super dead.
Yeah.
And then he goes and finds the other girl.
And this is where the movie gets a little bit silly for some points, but it was also, I still liked it. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I think this bit was a bit long. I think this bit in particular took a bit long. But the reason it takes long is the reason that it has like a unique thing where we're following different characters.
Yeah.
And seeing their like sort of perspective on the plot.
Mm-hmm.
And so on one hand, I really like that because it's different. But on the other hand, it was kind of retreading its steps a few times and taking a while.
Yeah.
And it's not the longest movie ever, but it was reasonably long. So
that's fair. I didn't feel that personally, but I definitely can see where you're coming from. Like, it does kind of reset, and then the tension has to build up again, and then you get the big ending again, and you're like, well, we just did this. So yeah, no, I get that.
It wasn't bad, but it's just like it was definitely. I felt how long it was.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I liked how it started though. You've got she like runs away and the sun's coming up. We get the poster shot with her on the road. And then a car pulls up. It's an old guy and he's like, "Oh my god, I'll drive you into town." And he puts his thermos on top of the car. He ducks into the boot of the car to get something. But when he pops back up, there's a bloody bullet hole in his thermos, and he's like, "What the hell?" And then he gets fucking shot in the head.
Yeah, this is like in X-Men, where Wolverine gets helped by some old people in a barn, and they get shot.
Yeah. No, it's exactly like that.
It's exactly like that. I was like, oh, that makes me mad.
Yeah.
That poor innocent dude was just trying to help, and then he gets shot.
Then we got a car
Unlucky.
chase. Then we got a car chase, Mad Max scene.
It is something, I don't know, it's like, obviously the movie goes at the end of the film, no evidence was found, you know.
Yeah, but he
So maybe
killed
he
like
cleaned
some
up.
other random person.
Yeah, but in this scene, he kills a random person, right? And it's like, was he just lucky that no one else was looking out for this guy for a while? You know, he also went missing, and
Yeah.
then he managed to come back and clean it all up before anybody could find him.
Well,
you know?
I reckon. Oh, and we see. Oh, that's a bit. No, when is that? There's a scene where he puts a body in his boot. It might be the old guy. He picks up the old guy's body and then he puts it in the back of his car, and we see that there's already another body in there, but it probably isn't the one that he killed in the base just before. Like, it looks like a different body. So, I mean, maybe he just goes around killing people, then is like, I gotta go clean that up, and then he circles back and cleans it up. Who knows? But
Yeah, that's supposedly, it must be what the movie is saying, but it's just like,
yeah.
It feels like there was a lot of opportunities for the bad guy to fail here, and he just got kind of lucky.
Yeah,
in a way,
maybe.
Which I don't know if that's the best writing ever. When the serial killer has to get lucky, but it is like it could make you feel worse because it's like, oh, this sucks because it wasn't the good guys that were getting lucky; it was the bad guy getting lucky. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So it is something.
I feel like the area where they are is very barren, that it's probably pretty safe for him to be like, no one would have come across this. If he, like, cleaned it up pretty immediately. Because he does everything with Kestie, and then once her story's done, we don't see him again. So he doesn't go back in the rest of the movie to the base, so...
Yeah, for my argument for this, I'm like, when when she shoots him, and she like nicks his neck or whatever, I think that I could be like, yeah, that makes sense, because her hands were shaky, she's like, she never shot anyone before, so it's like, that makes sense that she might miss a bit of like a vital area, right?
Yeah.
And he gets lucky in that aspect. That makes sense, you know. Just some random bystander coming by and no one notices he's gone for like ages is a bit like, you know.
I mean, I think people go missing all the time, and that's just the part of
apparently,
it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're driving through there, who knows where you're from? Probably not that local.
That's true.
So, I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, there's a car chase between him and Kestie where we get the scene where he's pulling faces at her and it turns into fucking Looney Tunes for a second.
Yeah.
I like when she like rams him off the road and he's like, oh, fuck!
Yeah, that one's pretty good. I like that.
But anyway, he rams her off the road and... Oh, no. He shoots her tire and then he kills her.
Yeah. He pulls off the road or whatever, and she's like, yeah, I did it. I scared him off. Yep. And then, he lines her up. Shoots the tire, gets him off the road. And she's, like, very dejected at this point. She's like, you know, she knows she can't escape, I think, you know.
I don't know. I mean, she, like, tries to crawl away from him. So I feel like she does not... Like, she kind of thinks that she's still... Like, maybe she is in denial. I don't know, but
I think she's really dejected. Yeah. You know, she like doesn't have any hope that she'll live, but she tries anyway. But yeah,
for sure. And then he burns. Oh yeah, and then he burns the old guy's car, and then also the two bodies in the old guy's car. He puts her body and his body in the car, and then burns them. So maybe that's how he got away with it. Who knows? Anyway.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, it's like someone could have found those charred up corpse. Someone could have been looking out for this old guy.
I mean, true. But no one's going to find Mick, though. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do at that point, which is the horrors of Australia, I guess. Anyway, this whole time I'm like, where the fuck is Ben?
Well, I
the hell is
thought
he
it was
doing?
implied that maybe one of the corpses was Ben.
Oh, maybe.
Or Ben's just dead. So that's why I liked this thing where they go back and it's like, and now here's Ben. And I was like, oh, I
Yeah.
forgot about Ben. I thought Ben was already dead.
Yeah. Well, because it's like, it seems like all of the bodies that Mick has are women. So
Yeah.
what does he do with
yeah.
the guys? Well, it turns out he crucifies them. So
Yeah.
that's a thing.
Or gives him to the dog, you know?
Yeah, or
There's a
both.
Big dog there. Yeah, fair enough.
Yep.
Yeah, because he's crucified on the wall. He's got nails in his hands.
That was the grossest part for me, where he's sliding himself off the nails. I don't know
Yeah,
why, but that one really.
No. You could feel that.
Yeah.
No, that was definitely like, that's very because we also get to see him do it.
Yes.
We get to see like a lot of the other shots are at angles and other things where you might not see any of the gore or
Yeah.
like it's neutralized and he like stabs someone and it's like, oh, that sucks. No, but this where it's slow and painful.
Yeah.
And the slowness is really the most gruesome part, I think, you know.
And I like how my partner pointed this out. I like how when Ben is free from the crucifix, he just runs away to the road. But when Liz gets free, I mean, she even gets Kestie free, she runs back to look for other people. And he's just like, I'm getting out of here. Which is, you know, Australian men. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
He's like, bloody hell. I didn't come here with anyone. I gotta leave by myself.
Yeah.
He doesn't know
which
that.
honestly, if you're in a horror movie, probably the best play.
I mean, yeah,
Go.
he does survive because he... Well, I mean, they were already dead, but he does survive because he was selfish and just left.
Yeah. We don't know what exactly the time frame is. I'm thinking the time frame is just when they escape with the car, right?
Maybe.
So they shoot him and she rescues the other girl and then
Yeah.
they hop in the car and then he pops out, starts shooting at the windscreen. They like drive into him and then like try and drive away.
That's all
right?
at night. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they leave and what time was it when he got up?
I feel like it was dusk.
Maybe it was early morning.
I think it was dusk, actually, because I think when Kestie's doing when she's like walking along the highway, that's dawn.
Yeah.
But then when Ben runs out into the outback to also go to the road, I feel like it's setting. I feel like it's the end of the day. There's also an eclipse, though, so who knows?
Yeah. It's hard to say. In my mind, it was like right after they left, and he's like, "Oh," he pops out, and there's no one here, and it's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
You
maybe.
know? Goes out and collapses.
Did you-
Probably loss of blood.
Did you like the fake out where there's a guy with a hat walking up to him, but turns out it's just someone
Yeah.
else?
It's just some random tourist dude. Yeah, that was great. That was awesome.
And that's the end of the movie, basically.
Yeah. And well, that's the bit that annoyed me about the ending here is it just kind of like ends here. It's just like, well, then we see like some news reports and it's like, he testified against him and they pulled him in, but they didn't find any evidence. So they're like, well, we're going to let you go.
Yeah, Ben went to court and apparently he was not a reliable witness and there wasn't any evidence, so they threw it out as a unsolved disappearance.
Yeah. Which is fucked.
Because also they
Fucked,
don't
man.
know where they were because it's from Wolf Creek, Mick drove to his place. It was like 3-4 hours. So they don't know where they are. So absolutely, there's just no possible way really, unless you're gonna search a fucking 5 hours worth of radius from
Radius. Yeah.
yeah.
I wonder if like the tourists that brought him in though could have. I guess maybe they didn't know exactly where they picked him up because it's just on an Australian road.
Australian road. You got no
It's like,
GPS
what
out there either.
landmarks?
So it's
yeah. I think nowadays we could have located him better, but maybe
absolutely.
in like 2005 when people just don't have smartphones because none of these characters have phones at any point. And you forget like over the last 20, 30 years, people just suddenly had smartphones now and could navigate with them.
I mean, that's why there are still active serial killers. I'm not sure about in Australia, but there's a lot active at any one time in America. But they catch them a lot easier now because of
just technology.
Technology. So yeah. But anyway, we do get the scene at the end, which I thought was hilarious, which was Mick walking into the sunset and then he fades away and then the sunset. So it was that was stupid, but that was pretty funny.
Yeah. Again, just probably wouldn't have had that in the movie.
That's fair.
Could have cut that last bit.
I think
it's a bit silly.
I think the ending is a little bit. It's kind of underwhelming. I liked it from a realistic point of view, but.
I guess it's the whole point is to tie in the fact that it's meant to be a real life story.
Yeah.
And it's like they're ending it kind of like the ending of a documentary. I just think because it wasn't a true story that it's pretty naff.
How would you have ended it? Would you have had them kill him?
Well, you could have just ended it with the news report. I think you could have had it that he was never found again. It's like he reported that this bloke had been killing and they went to investigate and they just never found him.
That could work, yeah.
Maybe they found his house with all the murder stuff, but the guy is still at large.
Oh my God.
Bum, bum, bum.
That would have been interesting.
Still wanted.
Wanted. I feel like cops here are dumb, so that wouldn't have happened. But,
Yep.
But I feel like it's realistic that they were like, there's no...
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like, finding evidence.
They are still incompetent cops because they weren't able to find the guy.
Yeah, but
and
they
he's
find
still
the
out
place.
there.
That's fair.
But they find the place and all this stuff.
But Zach, if they find the place, then this couldn't have become a franchise because then he would have had to go away from Wolf Creek. And that's the name of the movie. Let's talk about the franchise. I'll go through the sequels and I want you to say I would watch it or I wouldn't watch it.
I wouldn't watch it.
That's very interesting. I'll also give my opinions. Okay, they waited a while for a sequel, which I will give them props for.
Yeah. I mean, it's 2005, so,
2005, the sequel was 2013, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Wolf Creek 2, this one looks like it's basically the same, except except the backpackers. I don't think either of them are Australian. I think they're both. One of them might be Greek. I don't know. It leans harder into the fact that he's a racist, and he's like, killing tourists on purpose. It leans harder into that. It also apparently, though, which I do like, it doesn't have a long lead up. It pretty much gets straight into.
We've already seen the movie where it has the build up, right?
Yeah.
Look, I said at the start that I wouldn't see them, but I'd watch it.
It looks like it's got the same Rotten Tomatoes score. It's 52%. The first one's 55%, so basically they're the same. It does look a little worse, but
it's a sequel.
I'd still be interested in watching it.
Also, the people reviewing the second one clearly probably liked the first one.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think it's going to have only fans watching it, which would bump its score up. I think it is going to be quite a bit worse than the first one. Maybe not a lot worse, but it's going to be worse than the first one.
It seems like the movie heavily features the song Tie Me Kangaroo Down Sport, which was written and performed by a pedophile, which I think adds to the grossness of it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So...
Yeah, that's crazy, because obviously they put that in as a light-hearted song to, juxtaposition.
No, I think it's in there because we knew who made it at that point.
Wow,
and they were like,
extra fucked.
It would be extra fucked if he's a fan of that song. And a serial killer.
That's super fucked. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, so...
Okay, well, that rubs me the wrong way.
I think that's...
I just thought that was, a really ironic song.
Right.
As it just turned out. But no, that's fucked.
No, it's on purpose. I think that is definitely getting the reaction they wanted from us with that. So after the second one, they then made a TV show, an anthology TV show, which honestly I am more intrigued about the TV show.
The TV show sounds interesting.
So the first season, it is an anthology, so each season's different. The first season's about an American tourist. The same thing happens to her, except I think she survives. And then the rest of the show is her like going to the cops and trying to like get them to get him. So it more follows like the aftermath of what happened, which I think is a very interesting plot point. And I would be very interested in watching that. It does look like she goes to visit Ben at some point
as a fellow victim
as well, to be like, this happened to you as well. So, I mean, it sounds kind of dumb, but also I'd watch it. What sounds even dumber, though, is the second season. The second season is like,
oh yeah,
he knows his time is coming to an end, so he joins a bus trip with a bunch of tourists and slowly kills them off one by one, or some dumb shit like that.
Oh, but it's a TV show.
Yeah, it's a TV show, yeah.
Oh, I would have liked a movie where that happens.
No, me too, yeah.
Where he just joins this dumb group of tourists. But it's like, I want it like, what's a movie where it's like the victims are usually bad people?
Oh,
sort of trope.
Yeah.
So it's just a bus full of fucking awful people, and so the Australian serial killer is kind of like the hero of the story because he's killing off all these awful people, but it's also like you can't really root for him because he's a killer, you know? That sort of vibe. It would have to not be this character though, because this character is irredeemable.
He is, yeah. I think you kind of run into an issue there with like the Don't Breathe franchise where they made the main character a good guy. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? I think it reminds me a lot of, there was a Texas Chainsaw Massacre like comedy sequel from a couple of years ago where it's Leatherface killing influencers who are trying to like change his town and make it more modern, and he's like, no, it should be old, you're making everything white or whatever, and then he kills all of the influencers. It'd kind of be like that. That's kind of what you're describing.
Yeah. It would have to be different franchise, different thing. It could be fun because I think a trooper Australian bloke who's like a good guy, but also he's just like killing these awful people because they're like, it's a bunch of tourists that are actually awful and going to like Uluru and spreading trash everywhere and doing all these awful shit. And so he like kills a bunch of people, but maybe someone sees it and is like, you know what? It's okay because they're pieces of shit.
Yeah.
You know.
But that second season sounds pretty silly, and I'm intrigued in watching the show. What sounds even worse, though, now this sounds bad, is the third movie, which is not out yet, but it is apparently coming out this year. It's called. So, firstly, the first red stain on this movie is it's called Wolf Creek Legacy, which is a terrible fucking title.
Ooh, yeah, that's pretty rough. You don't want to be doing that.
This is the only Wolf Creek thing that doesn't. I don't think the guy Greg McLean, who wrote and directed the first few movies and most of the show, he's not really involved in this movie. So, that's kind of, I think he's a producer. That's about it. This one is just the same thing, except it seems like it's American tourists and then they have kids. So the American tourists have kids, whole family's abducted, and then the kids escape, and then you follow the kids.
They don't want to murder kids on film. Cowards.
Sounds honestly. I mean, the title is the most, like, the premise is fine, but the title sucks. But, I mean, maybe I don't know. Do you have any interest in watching any of these?
Yeah, I'm going to go back to the start and say not really, to be honest. I'm glad I watched this one, but definitely not interested in watching something else.
I think it's one where I'm like, I just don't think... It's that hard thing where it's like, if I'm not watching it for the podcast, I probably won't get around to watching it. But I would only watch it if I was watching it for the podcast.
Yeah.
But I don't think it would be a good podcast episode, so I don't think I want to watch the sequel. Anyway, that is Wolf Creek.
Yeah. And you know what? A pretty Australian movie, Sandra. So I've got to commend you on this one. This is definitely better for your Australian month.
Oh,
you know?
It's only going to get more Australian from here. Bloody oath. Fucking play some footy in your budgie smuggler, mates.
He's dribbling the ball with everything on the line. He's driving down the pitch. He's facing price hikes and cuts past him. Carrier contracts, tries to block him. Oh, he leaves him in the dust. He's at the edge of the box. He cuts past the nonstop group chat trash talk. He clears on goal. He shoots. Goal! Unlimited data for $25 a month forever!
Visit your local Boost Mobile store today to get unlimited data with a price that never changes. Boost Mobile. After 30 GB, customers may experience lower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost $25 unlimited plan.
People are building things here in America again, and this moment calls for the best of America, our people. Introducing America's Workforce Academy, built by Meta, a program helping to train the next generation of welders, fiber installers, crew leaders, and more. Paid training, a job, and a path to America's future. Because the future is for everyone. Learn more at meta.com/America's Workforce Academy.
All right, Sandra. It is
Okay.
time for Ranking Review Rumble.
Oh.
This is the part of the show where I go to some fucking Australian people, learn what they fucking think is some fucking bullshit, you know?
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah. Go to some review sites. The review sites, I get some reviews. You've got to guess which site they're from.
Oh.
The sites being Metacritic, IMDb, Letterboxd, Rotten Tomatoes, Common Sense Media, and me. Because I can also write some of these reviews. I could write 0, I could write 5. All of them could be me.
Okay.
None of them could be me.
Mm-hmm.
What's likely is there's going to be some reviews, and you got to guess where they're from.
Okay.
I've changed the names of the reviews, as will be clear. Yeah. Sandra,
I like it.
good luck.
Thank you. I'll need it to survive.
Agreed. The first review is by Bloody Oath.
Oh.
Bloody
right.
Oath says, snore! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Oh, sorry for snoring so loud. Snore!
That's a great review. That feels like a Rotten Tomatoes, an
Ooh.
angry Rotten Tomatoes review. I'll go with a 1, and I'll go Rotten Tomatoes. It could be 0.5, but I think
Yeah.
it's a 1. I'll say 1.
It's actually a 1.5.
Okay.
So a 1 was a good guess. You were
All
close on that one.
Yeah.
But it is Rotten Tomatoes. You are right.
Right,
You
okay.
were right on the money there. Well done. Well done. Chocky Bicky says, love a good Chocky Bicky.
Love a good Chocky Bicky.
Depends on how squeamish you are, but overall, not bad.
Okay, that's hard. Because that could be Common Sense Media. Because it kind of seems like they're talking about whether or not it's like appropriate, and it's like, well, it's appropriate if you're not squeamish.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I could see that.
But I also don't think that is a correct choice, because I have a feeling this movie is not even on Common Sense Media. And so I'm gonna say Metacritic. But my gut's saying Common Sense, and if it was Common Sense, then I should have just gone with my gut. But I'll say Metacritic, and I'll say it's probably like a 4.
It is a 4. Woo. But Sandra, you should listen to your gut a bit more. You silly Billy.
Oh my
Because that
God.
was from Common Sense Media. You honed it immediately, and you just doubted yourself.
Oh no!
I was impressed. I was like, damn, wow, Sandra is just killing it this
Yeah,
time.
no.
You know, he just locked it in, and then he was like, no, actually, don't even think it's on Common. There was a lot of reviews on Common Sense Media.
Bloody
a lot
hell.
of positive reviews.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. Good.
But and also just a lot of like, yeah, it's pretty bad, but like 16, 7. One review was like, I watched this when I was 13 and I was fine, so whatever, you know.
Yeah.
You could probably watch it around that age, and it's like, fair enough then.
That's fair.
Yeah. Speaking of fair, next review, Fair Dinkum.
Oh, Struth.
There's no substitute for bad taste. And this has it double-barreled, both in the timing of its release and as a movie. One says to be loosely based on fact.
Okay.
I just like that it says there's no substitute for bad taste.
Yeah.
And then I thought of the movie Bad Taste
the
by...
Peter Jackson one, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good movie. I like that movie.
That's a great movie.
It's a banger. That is fucking confusing.
I had a customer the other day that had a Bad Taste t-shirt on.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, yo, I love Bad Taste. And they were like, yo, you seen Bad Taste? I'm like, yeah, I love Troma-esque movies. And they're like, yeah. And then we talked about movies we should watch, and I recommended Blood Diner. So
Blood Diner's a banger.
It is a banger.
That was a Patreon one, I think, but that was
No, but I recommended them watch it.
Yeah,
you know,
fucking. Not them to listen to the episode, but
yeah, I told them don't listen to my podcast.
No.
It's fucking shite.
That's bad. We barely talk about Troma movies most of the time.
It's true.
'Cause we can't find them. No.
Yeah.
That's a very confusing review. And I'm going to say Metacritic for that one because I feel like Metacritic is confusing. So I'll go Metacritic again. It seemed fairly positive. 3.5.
Ooh, it's actually a 1.5.
Oh, I don't know why I thought it was positive. Okay.
Yeah, because there's no substitute for bad taste. This one's double-barreled. But the timing of the release movie was one said to be loosely based on fact.
I thought it was like positively talking about it being bad taste.
No,
it's negative.
No. I started talking about Bad Taste, the movie, which led you to think it was positive, but it's not.
Oh, dear.
It's 1.5, but it was from Metacritic.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Well done. Well done.
Hell
it's been a while since I've used a Metacritic one, so I thought that might throw you off. The next review is by True Blue.
I like it.
True Blue says, not terrible, but the characters that aren't John and Jarratt are dookie. Met the guy twice at Supernova, and he's actually amazing.
Wow.
So you talked earlier in the podcast about how he might be, bad. So, but I've got one review that said he was kind of cool. So
I guess maybe only in a professional setting. Then he's not.
Yeah.
That's so funny that he goes to Supernova. That's basically like a local We have Comic-Con, but Supernova is another Comic-Con that we have. Just to everyone who's not from Australia. I'm going to say Letterboxd, because if you've gone to Supernova to meet him, you're probably a big old nerd, like the people who use Letterboxd.
Very clever, yeah.
And I might go 5 out of 5 for that one.
5 out of 5. It's actually a 3 out of 5, Sandro.
What?
And I'm sorry to say that you're correct.
Yeah.
It's from Letterboxd.
Whoa.
Hey, if you had followed your gut, you would have gotten all of these correct so far.
I know.
You've been killing it this episode, except for that one awful blunder that you had that made you look like a dumb idiot.
Big old chunder blunder. That's an Australian term, is it? I don't think it is.
You know what it made you look like, Sandro?
Oh, what?
A larrikin. Because this larrikin says, this is crazy. I wish Australia was real.
That's a Zach review. Partly because you started laughing halfway through it, but also because you've said that before, not for a movie, but just in general, I think. So I'm going to say that's a you review, because I also wish Australia was real, because as we all know, we're paid actors, so...
It's true. That's a fact.
4, and it's you.
Well, Sandro, you've fallen for my little trap.
No.
You fool. Because I, of course, expected you to be like, well, Zach hasn't put a review in yet. And it's the last one. And it's something that Zach would say.
Oh, no.
Because this is a letterbox review.
No. Wow.
It was one of the highest ones.
Wow.
And I laughed because I thought it was funny. Because it is something I would say. This is crazy. I wish Australia was real.
So good.
It was a funny review. I was like, that's a banger review.
That is such a you review as well. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a great review.
Yeah.
So thank you, Mr. Larrikin, for absolutely bamboozling Sandro. And at least he fell for my little trap there, because otherwise you did really well.
Yeah.
So well done.
No, very well. Good.
I was 2 out of 5 for him. I'd probably rate this. What would I rate this? This is definitely 3.5. Would it go so far as a 4?
I think it's a 4 for me.
I think I'd go 3.5.
Okay.
I think I go 3.5.
I think I go 4. I might even, just for like the technical aspect, maybe go 4.5. But
yeah, there's a lot of good camera angles.
Yeah.
Don't they do some Dutch angles as well?
Oh, plenty of that. There's a good one where you're following the 2 women and the camera's meant to look like he's following them, so the camera's like a lot higher up than them. And that was really cool. I was like, damn, that's fucking
clever.
Scary.
There's some clever shots and clever idea. I think the director did a really good job.
Oh, definitely.
But yeah.
I agree. I think it's fairly high for me. I think the only thing I didn't like about it was that it said it was based on a true story.
Yeah, which is... Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
We don't need to do that.
No.
We can extend our disbelief while watching the movie. You don't have to say, this was actually real, so it's scary now. It is a very 2005 thing to do,
It
though.
is. So many movies did that, and they all annoy me. Anyway, that's it. That's the episode. Thanks for listening to All About a Goodie. If you like the show, bloody go fucking, I don't know. Visit Australia. Contribute to our tourist economy.
Yeah, there's a lot of hungry boys out back who need some victims.
That's
you
right.
Know? Yeah. No, but if you wanna head down Melbourne, it has some great tourist attractions. The museum.
Museum's good.
That's a good one. That's right next to the IMAX. We like to go watch movies there occasionally.
That's true, we do.
What else is good?
There's a good kebab place near IMAX. I went there once.
Yeah.
Middle of the night for the solo midnight
Fly
premiere.
down to Australia for that one. That one's a real banger.
You've got to get a HSP. People don't know what that is.
I like we got a few zoos around Melbourne. Most of them are all pretty good. I like Werribee Zoo personally.
Werribee Zoo's the best one, definitely. We got a great theme park, Luna Park. It's definitely not broken and won't annoy you. It's definitely not a waste of money.
The aquarium?
Yeah.
Aquarium's quite good.
Aquarium's a banger.
But you probably have an aquarium near you, but like our aquarium's pretty good. Like,
yeah, but
check it out if you're down.
But Australia.
You could not go on the Ferris wheel because it might be operational, might not be.
Don't get their hopes up.
Do they run it nowadays?
I think it's still broken.
They run it?
I don't know. We basically have the Australian version of the London Eye, except it's always broken. So it's never...
it's awful. It's never worked.
Yeah.
No one likes it.
You can go to Crown and feel like a fucking dum-dum.
Yeah, you could lose all your money at Crown.
Go to fucking Crown? What's wrong with you?
Actually, I do like the giant Ferris wheel because when it lights up, and you drive by it, that's pretty cool. But it's essentially just a giant lighting board now.
You can go out to Ballarat, go to the only all-you-can-eat Pizza Hut in the country.
Whoa!
Yeah. Head there.
Oh. All right, I think we're done at shilling for Australia.
You go to our Spotify, give us a rating. Go to iTunes, do that too. YouTube, we're on there. Subscribe, like, smash
can go to patreon.com/Oldie but a goodie.
Pod.
Pod. I always forget the pod. Where you can view some bonus episodes that we've been doing.
Bonus.
We've been getting into a bit of a rama, Sandra.
Oh, a rama. What's a rama?
A bit of a cage-rama.
Oh.
That's right. We've been doing the Cage-rama, the episode series where we go through Nicolas Cage movies.
Yeah.
Because we love Nicolas Cage so much, we've had 5 seasons now with this thing. We watched so many Nicolas Cage movies. This time we mixed it up a little bit because we watched a TV show of Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
I think the only TV show he's done. What was it?
Only scripted cheer show he's ever done. Everything else he's done in TV is like reality or like documentaries.
Right? Yeah. And so we watched that. Oh yeah, because he would do documentaries about his own movies. That would make sense.
Yeah.
But like, this is his first like big star role, and I don't want to spoil anything. But I have some opinions on it.
Oh.
I have some opinions on it.
On that Spider Noir show. Patreon.com//Oldie but a Goodie pod. Get the episode. What's the next one? The next one we're doing is Red Rock West, which looks like good fun. He gets mistaken as a bounty hunter or something. I don't know. It looks fun.
Yeah. I think I know the plot for that one. And I'm excited for that one. I think I'm more excited for the film after that one.
What, the ant bully?
Yeah. Now that's a bit of cinema right there.
So many firsts. We're doing a first, which is a Nicolas Cage TV show, and then also an animated Nicolas Cage movie is our other first.
Hell
this
yeah.
K-drama.
That I'm excited for, because I had no idea that fucking existed till you put that on the list. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. I agree. What the fuck is it? I don't know. I'm scared. I don't want to watch it. Anyway, also check out our editor Starkey on Twitch. He's streaming games. Starkey, what have you been streaming?
A bunch of different games at the moment. Most recently, I played through Karma the Dark World.
Ah, I've played that one many times, over and over again. Yep.
Fucking DVD sim. No, no, it's probably more Silksong, right?
I don't. Well, I mean, it's whatever you just said, which is a game he's playing.
Yeah, and it's probably either of those, and you're probably right. You've played too much of it.
Yeah, I've definitely played the game that Starkey says he's playing. Starkey, have I played the game you're playing?
I think so.
I knew it. I knew that answer. Anyway, also on Patreon is the option to vote for movies that I have chosen, and our Patreon then narrows it down and chooses one of them. That's over now, so you can't head there to do that, but you can still sign up for free, and we might do more polls actually, there is a big poll coming up at the end of the month, so go check that out. Anyway, I put 4 Australian movies up on Patreon and got people to vote for it to see what we're doing next week. Zach, would you like to know what I did?
Oh, I would love to know what you did.
Oh, I was very excited for this one because I delved deep into Australian stuff. I don't know. Anyway, The first option is called Young Einstein.
Oh, yeah. Young Einstein. Yeah.
A very...
That's a classic, right?
It's a kind of an underground classic. It's by a guy called Yahoo Serious, Australian comedian. He wrote, produced, directed, stars in it. It's like an Australian take on Einstein. He splits the beer atom and then goes to Sydney.
I feel like I've seen clips from this before. Am I crazy? Maybe this is more underground than I would think. Maybe I've just been... Yeah, it doesn't look like it was super popular.
I have seen it. I saw it as a kid, and I remember thinking it was funny, and it's been on my list for a movie I want to make you watch for a very long time. So
yeah, no, I haven't watched it, but maybe it's because you have watched it and talked about it at some point that it's in my head as like a thing.
Yeah. It's a very fucking weird... It's a weird movie. It's also pretty micro-budget, do-it-yourself sort of movie as well. So anyway, I think it's funny. So that's an option. Another option is a classic Australian film, The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Ooh, that sounds pretty sick.
Yeah, it's about a tour bus. 2 drag queens and a transgender woman are in a tour bus for a cabaret show, and they got to go to a remote town, and they encounter classic Aussie people along the way.
Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds like it would be a lot of fun.
That one is apparently really good. I've actually never seen it. I've always wanted to, but I've never seen it, so that was an option.
That one sounds like how you would expect this tour, like this movie to have gone had they just encountered a normal dude on the road instead of a serial killer. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
How the normal Australian thing is like, yep, we just encounter some weird people and they're like, you know, all true blue Australian blokes.
Absolutely. The other movie I put on there is a film called Frog Dreaming.
What the fuck is Frog Dreaming?
Basically it's like E.T. and the Goonies, but Australian.
That sounds pretty fun.
It's set out in the bush about some kids who discover an underwater legend.
Oh yeah?
Might be real. Yeah.
Yeah?
It's got the kid from E.T. as the main character, so, you know, why not?
Yo! Let's go!
Yeah.
That sounds dumb.
The name Frog Dreaming stood out. I've had that name on my list for about like 2 years, and then every time I look at it, I'm like, what is that? And then I Google it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I should watch that. So anyway, and then my 5th option was Australia. It was my 4th option, but it was...
The continent, the entirety of Australia?
No, you bloody drongo. It's the film Australia with Hugh Jackman and Nicole Kidman.
Yo, Hugh Jackman?
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's the movie that Baz Luhrmann, Australian director, was like, I'm going to make a movie called Australia. It'll be the best Australian movie ever. And then all Australians went, we fucking hate this.
Yeah.
But I've never seen it, and I thought it'd be funny to review it.
I bet it's like very like lukewarm. It's very like milk toast, sort of like plain. It doesn't really get into it, you know.
It's about like just just been on a cattle farm. And I think there's like Indigenous Australian characters that like they're interacting with, so it's got like some politics. It's set in the 40s, I think, so it's got a bit of that. But for the most part, it looks just like a movie about being on a ranch. So
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Look, I put it on there because I thought it would be pretty funny. So
yeah, that sounds pretty funny. That sounds like a movie we could mock a lot.
Yeah,
so.
definitely. And the winner is the Frog Dreaming movie.
The Frog Dreaming?
Frog Dreaming. We're having a look, seeing maybe this Indigenous Australian myth is real. Doing a bit of an exploration. Looking into the bush.
I'm super keen on this because I love Indigenous stories.
Yes, absolutely.
I think they're really cool. I'm a big fan of the rainbow serpents.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a good one.
I think that's a great story, and I really like these sort of things. So I'm really keen on watching this one.
Yeah, I think it looks really interesting. From the looks of it as well, it is made in the 80s, but it looks like it's done fairly well and not racist. So that's good.
Oh, okay. Well, that's always a bonus because that was my worry as well.
Yes.
Is like if it's you know like this, it might be insensitive, and we come in like ooh, you know.
Now we got to talk about this movie. Oh dear.
Yeah, and we have to be like throughout the whole episode we're like ooh.
Yeah.
But if it's not racist, that's always a bonus. You know what, Sandra? It's not always guaranteed on this podcast, but I'll take a bit of no racism.
I agree.
You know?
I agree. No, I think it looks good. And I like as well. It is like compared to movies. I mean, it's got the main actor, but it's compared to like E.T. and the Goonies and like Steven Spielberg kids movies, except it's Australian, which I think that's going to be really cool and unique. So I'm looking forward to that. Oh, I didn't say what my connections were. Connection for Young Einstein was beer, and then my connection for Priscilla and Australia was the Outback. But my connection for Frog Dreaming is creeks.
Oh,
Creeks. Yes.
Oh, wow. Sandra's redeeming himself with this one.
Yes.
Because that's actually kind of clever. That's almost smart, even, I would say.
It is a creek, and creeks do appear all across the world, so I think it's not that niche of a connection. However, if you were to use a connection of river in the future, technically it's a different thing, so it is allowed. So,
oh, okay. Someone's covering their bases because next week they're going to connect river with their next movie. You fucking...
I don't know yet. I don't know if I will yet. I'm still figuring this out.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Well, Sandro, we better hop to...
I certainly hope this movie isn't as bad as the last time we did a frog film.
Oh, Sandra, you're bloody dreaming, you are.
Oh, throw a frog on the Barbie. Yeah.
I don't want to say anything because I really want us to end with frog on the Barbie.
He's dribbling the ball with everything on the line. He's driving down the pitch. He's facing price hikes and cuts past him. Carrier contracts, tries to block him. Oh, he leaves him in the dust. He's at the edge of the box. He cuts past the nonstop group chat trash talk. He clears on goal. He shoots. Goal! Unlimited data for $25 a month forever!
Visit your local Boost Mobile store today to get unlimited data with a price that never changes. Boost Mobile. After 30 GB, customers may experience lower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost $25 unlimited plan.
You're more than just one thing. Your vehicle should be too. More connectivity when you're the boss.
Hey Google, when's my next meeting?
And more space when you're the mom.
Everyone in?
The all-new Mazda CX-5. More to move every side of you.
Google is a trademark of Google LLC. Sequences shortened and simulated.
You've got social dialed in. Search is doing its thing. So why do your marketing results look the same as 6 months ago? That's because you're fishing in the same pond as everyone else. Podcast listeners are a different audience entirely. More engaged, harder to reach through traditional channels, and ready to act when someone they trust makes a recommendation. We're Acast, and we put them right in front of you. Browse thousands of the world's leading podcasts, book host reads or run your own ads, and track every conversion in real time. Same skills you already have, brand new results. Acast. Acast.com/advertise.